Today, I'm joined at the fabulous Moneypenny headquarters by none other than Stella Nicol from the Street Group. Stella, how are you doing?
Yeah, really well, thanks, David. Good to be here.
You're representing both Street and Spectre, so wearing a couple of different hats, but it all falls under the global Street Group. So for people that haven't heard of Spectre or Street, I find that very hard to believe, but for people that haven't, what problem do you solve for estate agents?
So if we look at things from a Spectre perspective in the initial, Spectre essentially has evolved over time to become the prospecting tool that agents can utilise for every single area of their prospecting. So historically, they'll have had to go to various different areas, or either you do it manually or use different pieces of software to enable them to target their competitors' stock or target off-market stock with a view to gaining instructions. Whereas Spectre now houses everything, whether that's sales, lettings, but also off-market and on-market prospecting.
Yeah.
It's phenomenally efficient in doing that now, as well as going back to your past purchases as well.
So it combines that anniversary scenario that you did so well with Hello Again.
Yeah.
It's all in one package.
It just made so much sense to make Spectre as powerful as possible, house it all in one, so they don't. The clients that we've got as agents don't need to log into all the different platforms, and as a result, it keeps everything front of mind. So when they log into their Spectre account, it doesn't matter whether they want to be targeting people who they've sold to previously, or raising awareness with potential vendors who aren't on the market currently, as well as obviously targeting their competitors' stock. And all that housed in one place has just made it so much more efficient, I think, for agents.
So it's not just about the low-hanging fruit, it's also about nurturing them along that journey as a previous customer and keeping in touch with them. So it's absolutely superb. So then sort of segueing over to a related field, but Street has taken a lot of headlines recently in terms of its fabulous CRM that you've put out there. It looks phenomenal. It's very, very different to anything that we've seen before. How are agents taking to that?
Yeah, we're getting phenomenal feedback, and it's good to hear that that's how it's been kind of listened to outside in the industry. But essentially, we were put in a really privileged position with our Spectre base, in that we could speak to clients and learn some of the other kind of problems and challenges that they were finding in their business. And time again, CRM came up. And what we found was that agents were paying for a CRM because they needed something that their agents, their negotiators, could book viewings on and run that day-to-day operation. But actually, we thought, well, if we look at it in a different way, why don't we place a responsibility or an accountability on that CRM for an agent? Make it contribute to their business. Make it viable to help contribute to their bottom line and have an impact. So we've tackled Street from that perspective to increase an agent's profitability, but at the same time create a customer experience which is absolutely stand apart compared to how maybe a member of the general public that you spoke to would traditionally expect to interact with an agent.
Yeah. I think as members of the general public, they never saw anything to do with the CRM because it was very much an internal process. And the way that you guys have positioned it is that the end beneficiaries are the members of the public because they have this wonderful interface that they can interact with their agents in. And I think that is probably part of product design for the future, is to make sure that it always benefits the man on the street who's looking to sell the house.
Well, absolutely. I think there's a definite shift for agents because obviously systems and processes have been notoriously static for years and years and years, and that's absolutely fine. The agents add a huge amount of value to a transaction when they're selling a property. But what we wanted to do was just bring some of that customer-facing experience into the 21st century. Consumers now, they book their hair appointments, their Ubers, their takeaways, everything is done really quickly, really transparently, with a huge amount of control, and giving agents the ability to provide that to their clients, which, if we're being honest, those agents haven't got the investment, or they're not in the position to be able to fund that kind of level of software development. We can place that with those agents and allow them to deliver that customer experience, which we're just getting so much phenomenal feedback from. Is brilliant.
Yeah, it's absolutely superb, and having used the system myself, I can vouch for you on that. It's great, and it's good to see that innovation, and it's great to see you guys here today with the rest of the ICG group. There's
Thank
a
you.
lot
It's
of
great to be here.
ideas.
It's a really good
and
day.
it's a lovely venue as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.